Hey guys, so we are in my 8-year-old's bedroom. I feel like the lighting is very off. It looks a lot like Pepto-Bismol on my screen, but I promise her room color is not that hot pink. It's a very light kind of medium pink, which is what I wanted because I didn't want her room to look like Pepto-Bismol. And if you have seen my previous videos of my 8-year-old's bedroom, then you're going to think this looks exactly the same. And you're kind of halfway right. She didn't really want to change anything. She's a lot like me. She likes consistency. She doesn't like change. And she wanted to keep her wall color. She wanted to keep the same duvet that she had. And the main thing she wanted to keep was this tree wall decal that we've had up there now for quite some time. It came from Etsy. This was on her wall, and we told her whenever we redid her room, I was like, well, that's going to have to come down because it's not re-stickable. She did not want to get rid of the tree. I tried to find a duvet cover that would have pulled in the colors of the wall and then the theme of the tree, but I couldn't find anything. And so I was like, well, if you want to keep the tree, then why don't we just get the same duvet that you had in a twin size, but get it in a full size, because we did upgrade her to a full-size bed, which we had done for her sister around the same age. We get them their full-size bed, and that is the bed they will have until they move out. So she was fine with that, so I ended up getting her the same duvet from Pottery Barn Kids. It's the Samantha duvet. I don't know if they're going to sell it anymore because when I got the full-size one, it was on clearance, so I don't know if they're discontinuing it or what. They do have a blue color, they did have a purple color, and they had pink, but I don't know if they're still available. But that's all I did, was just get the duvet and an extra sham, because we already had the other sham from her twin bed. So extra sham, bought the duvet, and that's the exact same one that she had. So that way, obviously, it matches the wall. It keeps the tree that she wanted to keep, and she's happy. So that is the bedding situation. The bed itself came from Pottery Barn Teen, and that is, I think, the main thing that has made the biggest difference in this room, other than the fact that it's bigger, obviously. This is where we're getting a lot of our extra storage from. So I'm going to have to kind of raise up this duvet to show you, because if you look at the website or the catalog, they do have like a very short duvet or bedspread or whatever, so that you can get to these bins and cubby holes. But I didn't really like the look of that. I wanted it to be a longer duvet. So all she has to do when she wants to get in these cubby holes is lift this up. So I know this video is going to be kind of bumpy just because I can't really put the camera on a tripod and show you all this stuff. So I'm sorry if I'm making you dizzy. But anyway, this is the Chelsea storage bed, I believe is what it's called. I will link it below for you guys. And it has 2 of these really big drawers on each side of the bed and 2 cubby holes on each side of the bed. So that, it gives us a lot of extra storage. Now obviously, if you didn't want to have a dresser or a chest in your room, you could use these drawers for clothes, which is a great idea, and it would be something that I would have considered if we didn't need so much room for toy storage and things like that. I'm going to show you what's in all the drawers, the cubby holes, and I will show you the chest of drawers that we did end up purchasing of the same collection. And I'll show you the nightstand too, because it's all from the Pottery Barn Teen Chelsea collection. So I really like how it's a bright white, which is really pretty and crisp. I may or may not change the knobs. Right now I'm going to leave them the way they are because knobs are very expensive. But I do think it may be a nice touch to add a different knob that may be a little bit more youthful for her. But otherwise, they're pretty. There's nothing wrong with them. They may even be something that could be spray painted to like maybe a light pink. I don't know. I haven't decided. So right now, I'm just going to leave them the way they are until I decide. But anyway, this drawer is stuffed animals. Now, obviously, she has way more stuffed animals than this. Those live in the playroom. This drawer is just for the ones that she wants the very most. She can cycle them out if she wants and trade them with ones in the playroom. But this is the only stuffed animals that she's allowed to have in her room. If they don't fit in this drawer, then they need to go back in the playroom. So right now, this is her collection of stuffed animals. And then in this drawer, since she had so many My Little Ponies and My Little Pony accessories, this whole drawer is My Little Ponies and her My Little Pony like scooter or car thing. These are accessories, and then I just used a Dollar Tree pink, of course, shoebox to keep all of her mystery ponies, you know, those ones that you get like in the little mystery bags, and the cards that come in those mystery bags. So those are all organized and together. So all of My Little Pony stuff is in one place. If it gets to the point where she's not playing with any of the things in this drawer, or any of these drawers, then it's probably going to be time to either take it out of here and stop wasting prime space on it, or get rid of it or pack it away for their kids or whatever. So obviously anything that's in here can definitely be swapped out or gotten rid of as they decide they don't want to play with things. So for the cubby holes, there are 4 of them. They're actually really tall and pretty deep. I had a really hard time finding a basket that took advantage of the depth and most of the height. This still has quite a bit of ways to go on the height, but I like that they were pink and they definitely took up most of the width, or most of the depth of the cubby hole and most of the width. So these seem like a good option. They came from At Home, and I think they were like $6 a piece. So this bin is all her goodie bag things. So what we have, we usually have a goodie bag situation for each girl. It's basically things that don't really fit into a category. Maybe it's something you only have one of or just a couple of, and they really don't have their own category. It's kind of like a miscellaneous situation. Now, you don't want to get too crazy with miscellaneous, because then you have just huge piles of things that aren't sorted. So got to kind of keep a tight rein on this. But for now, this is things that, you know, some things she just has a couple of, like one of her magnifying glass and her little magic fish that she got at like one of those arcades, and a little laser gun from Disney, and some Squirmels, and her putty scents from Mindwear. Those are in a bag just in case they leak so they don't stain the bed. So all of that stuff, kind of miscellaneous stuff, fits in this bin, and it goes right there. Oh, I was going to show you the back. What's neat about this bed is it's open to the inside. You can't access the inside of this bed except through the cubby holes. So I didn't want to completely waste the entire middle section of this bed. So there is a bin back there that she can get to that has her current memory box in it, which is basically just a shoe box that has like special mementos that she wanted to keep, and a box that has all the greeting cards that she's been given by people. So those are back there because they're not really anything she accesses that often. So we don't need to get, you know, they don't need to be in a prime location, but it seemed like a good place to put those. And with the little handle here, that basket came from At Home as well. She can reach it really easily and pull it all the way through and get to that and then put it back when she needs to. So that is in that cubby hole. Now this cubby hole is kind of the worst one because of the nightstand situation. You can't get to it very easily. So I really only wanted to put things in here that she needs to access from the front of this basket. So this is where her leapster, and there's her case for her leapster, her camera, little things that really she doesn't have to pull the whole basket out to get to, those go in there. So her leap pad and things like that live in that little compartment. Okay, so now on the other side of her bed, she's got the same situation, 2 cubby holes, 2 drawers. So this drawer has all of her little figurines, which used to fill up one of these huge bins that fit in her closet, but she never played with them because they weren't categorized, and she would like, oh, I'm looking for Olaf, and she had to dig through this huge container to try to find one thing. So now they are all sorted and labeled in these pink shoe boxes from the Dollar Tree. So this box is all Littlest Pet Shop figurines. This container is all Tsum Tsum figurines. Then we have this little, like, it's actually a photo storage container from Michael's that has like these little plush, like fuzzy chickens and bears. I don't really know why they like those, but she likes those. Another pink Dollar Tree shoebox with Disney dolls, and another one with Hatchimals and kind of other miscellaneous like Shopkins and things that didn't really have very many of. They're in there in that container. And then in this thing in the middle here, she's got her Num Noms, which fill up both of these 2 things. This is a Hatchimals nest, and then she wanted to keep the egg cartons from her Hatchimals, so she's got 2 of those egg cartons in there. And then this drawer, she's still got quite a bit of room to grow, and some of these things I actually brought in from the playroom to see if she would play with them. Because if she's not going to play with them, and I know her older sister's not going to play with them, then it's probably time to either sell them or pack them away for their kids. But for now, this is what's in here. She's got a game of jacks. She's got those Magformer things, which it had a label. Yep, it's upside down. Magformers are in that one, and then her squishies are in that one, which she's going to have to make room because she's getting a bunch more for Christmas. So we'll have to adjust that a little bit. She's got these little pop jewelry things, and then this is this is funny. This was my 14-year-old when she was about 9 or 10. They're called twisty, what are they called? They used to be called Bizoos. They're like twisty critters that you twist into these animals and make jewelry out of. They discontinued them, but now they're back, I saw, for this Christmas season. So that's kind of funny. But we have the original set that my older daughter had. So those are in there. And then we just have a Tinkerbell, like tic-tac-toe set. And that's all that's in that drawer. So there's quite a bit of room to grow and things to change. And then in this cubby, this whole basket is larger figurines that are Disney. So any Disney figurines, so like things from Sophia or Palace Pets, all different types of Disney figurines. There's this guy from Monsters, Inc. All of those go in this container. And then this one is all random figurines. So actually this should probably go with the My Little Pony. But anyway, oh, there's still the tag on them. So see, they were $5.99. But all these are like any other plastic figurine. So she's got some Briar Horse things, some of these little like farm animals. This one actually oinks. Just lovely. So cats, zebras, all different types of things. Rubber spiders, because, you know, every little girl needs a plastic spider. Just all those little figurines that you don't know where to put them, they go in this bin so that she can play with those. So that is her bed organization. It's working out really well, and I'm really happy with the possibilities of how it can be changed and added to as we need to. So I'm really happy with how that turned out. Over her bed, we just have this canopy that she's always wanted a canopy. So that hangs over her bed. And then her nightstand, which is the same collection as the bed and the dresser. We have the same lamp that we had before, which is from Pottery Barn Kids, I believe. Her iPod and docking station. This nightstand's kind of strange because it doesn't really have a drawer at the top. It's got one big drawer at the bottom and then a cubby hole. So I didn't want things just sitting in there, so I found this little basket at home. The only thing I don't like about it is it's kind of a weird color white. It looks kind of gray, but I love the little pink balls so much, and I like that it's soft because as much as she's going to be pulling it in and out of that cubby hole to get things that she needs, I didn't want her to scratch the bottom of the shelf of the nightstand. So I'm getting over the fact that it's not pure white just for the sake of it being the right size and it's soft. So basically what's in here is pretty much what you would put in the top drawer of a nightstand. So I actually have this green divider that came from Dollar Tree to kind of separate some things. So she's got all of her pens and pencils in this cubby hole. This has her tissues, her eye masks, and there is a lip gloss in there for nighttime. Her wallet, a flashlight, her reading light, some bookmarks, a walkie-talkie because sometimes her and her sister like to do walkie-talkies at night. And then back here are all her little notepads and things that she likes to write on. They both have so many little notepads that they like to keep and write things in and draw things in. So all of her little notepads live back there. So that's everything that goes in this top basket. And the bottom of the nightstand, like I said, is just kind of this really big, deep, cavernous drawer. The thing I don't like about it is it doesn't pull out very far. So I had to be a little bit creative with what we put in here and how she's able to access it. This is as far as it pulls out. So you've got quite a bit of room back there that you can't really put things in and get them out easily. So I thought this would be a good place to keep her books. Originally I was going to keep them in the top shelf of her closet in that little Trofast shelf, but she really wanted to keep them by her bed, and that's fine. I'm okay with that. So at some point these may actually move to the closet when she gets a few less toys, but for now this is working. So this first container, these two pink things came from the Dollar Tree. And I have them sitting this way so we can look at the books horizontally, because when you turn them this way, because this doesn't pull out very far, they weren't being able to be gotten out very easily. Like they were clunking up against this, and so this seems to be the only way to be able to put books in here, at least books that are a little bit larger. So this front container has chapter books that she's either reading right now or that she's wanting to read. These are all Christmas ones, which is why they're in there. Her devotional, she's got a little story that she's writing right now. This How to Be a Princess book, which is about manners, and a little Frozen book. And then she's got two books here that we're saving that she's going to be reading to me. This is this little notebook here that a lot of times I will write a note to her when she's sleeping and leave it in her room, and then she will write back and put it in my room. So it's just kind of a fun little notebook we pass back and forth. And then these are all shorter books that either I will read to her at bedtime or she can just read just for fun, that we change out quite often. So we've got a couple Christmas books in there. My favorite book, one of my favorite books growing up and one of my favorite books now, is The Berenstain Bears Messy Room. I love that book. So quite a few of those. Got a Christmas book back there. And then in the very back, she's just got a couple activity books. So there's a sticker activity book and kind of a little scrapbook thing that are things that she can do in bed if she just wants to before bed, or whenever she just kind of wants to come up here and play and relax in her bed. So that's everything that's in the bottom drawer. And also this, I guess I should show. She wanted to keep this in here. It kills me because it's not a book. But she wanted to keep this by her bed so she can kind of play with this little dress-up doll. So the last piece of furniture to show you is the Pottery Barn Teen Chelsea chest of drawers. I really wanted the dresser, and I wanted to get a mirror over it so that she could, at some point when she gets older, do her makeup and have a mirror that's lower down. And I'm trying to think, you know, you've got to think your kids aren't going to be little forever. So if you go out and spend a huge amount of money on toddler furniture or a little kid bed, and then you, in a few years, have to turn around and probably get them bigger furniture because they're growing and their needs are growing. And so I was trying to think ahead, like she's probably going to want to put her makeup on in her room when she's a teenager. I always did. My oldest daughter does. But unfortunately, because of the size of her room, I didn't have the space to put the dresser because it was so wide. So I had to get the chest of drawers instead, which is fine. It's still really nice. It's got 5 drawers. And it holds a lot, and I think she's got a lot of room to grow. But anyway, again with the knobs, at some point I may change them. For right now, these are the knobs that came with it. Above her dresser, I have this picture that she wanted to hang back in her room. It was in her sister's nursery when she was little, and it was in my youngest daughter's room before we got her the new bed. It's just a little picture of these 2 little frogs and a pretty castle in the background. Even though the theme is not birds or flowers really like her bedding is, I feel like the colors go, and she wanted to keep it in here, so that's why it's in here. Her little flower pot has returned. The little birdhouse has returned. That really hasn't changed. And then in the top drawer of her dresser, I have all of her hair accessories. Now, she is a hair accessory person. She loves headbands, and pretty much every day she's got a headband on. So both of these containers, which actually are stacking containers that came from the Dollar Tree. I was going to use them in my kitchen, but I ended up using them in here, and they work perfectly. So I've got 3 of them all the way across. I like how they're big and you can reach in without having to pull them out. So both of these are headbands, and then this is a soft thing. Like this little container here is for soft headbands. Back here are all different types of hair ties. So these have pom-poms and these little like scrunchy ones, all different types of hair ties. And up here we have hair clips and hair bows. Here in the middle, she's got her little fold-up hair brushes and this little thing that puts gemstones in your hair, and then her wet brush. And then up in this little front corner, she's just got some travel mirrors, some little lip glosses that we gave her, a couple little lip glosses, and this is not really supposed to be in there, but her birthday ribbon. So obviously, as she gets older, she's going to need way more room for makeup than that, but for now, that's all she's got, and that is fine. It's just little play makeup. I don't know why she's got so many mirrors. She's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mirrors. But anyway, that's in the top drawer. The next drawer is her socks and underwear, and I just need to get 1 more of these dream drawers. These things are retractable, so like they expand to match the depth of your drawer. I need to get 1 more to put right here to divide her tank tops and things from her socks. But for now, that's the way it is. So panties, socks, and tank tops and underwear. This drawer is not going to always be slippers. For now, it was empty. She didn't have anything to put in it. So for now, this is just where her bedroom shoes are. But obviously, if we ever need this drawer for clothes, then these will have to go somewhere else. But for now, they're in there, and that's fine. The next drawer is her pants drawer, which pretty much a lot of this stuff is in the laundry, but she's got some jeans and things that need to be put in there. But that is where she keeps all of her pants. And then the bottom drawer is just nightgowns, pajama pants, and pajama shirts. So I am really happy with how everything turned out. You would not believe how long I waited to get her furniture. I mean, it was a whole thing. I think I've talked about it before. We ordered a bed set from one company. It came in and was damaged. We sent it back and said, I don't want to do this again, so just forget it. We ordered another bed set from a different company. The bed came in. It was completely rickety. And this wasn't like cheap stuff that we were getting. It was like expensive places. And the bed came in. The headboard was all rickety. It was just not working. So we told them to send that back and forget it. So then I found this stuff at Pottery Barn Teen. I ordered it in July. It was back ordered until August. They pushed it back to the end of September. They brought it in the beginning of October. It was damaged, so we had to send it back and wait again another month. So it took, from the time we ordered this stuff from Pottery Barn, which was July, it took until the very end of October to get everything in and not be damaged. So it has been a process, but I am so glad to get her all organized and situated and back in her room to be able to keep what she wanted to keep, change what needed to be changed, and figure out a system that hopefully will work for us and for her long term until she moves out. And then this, you know, she can take with her if she wants when she moves out. So I hope you guys enjoyed seeing how we have reorganized and a little bit of redecorated her room. I'll try to have everything linked for you guys that I can find in the description box. And if you have any questions, let me know. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end of this video. If you want to see 2 of my older videos, you can click the links right here. And if you want to subscribe to my channel, if you haven't already, and you definitely should, you can click right here. I upload every single week. I have some links in the description box for some of my favorite stores and products, as well as my P.O. Box address. Check out those links if you're interested in those, and I will see you guys in the next video.